Good day to you all and mabuhay. I am Mr. Neil Bainto, President of the Ateneo Law School Student Council here in the Philippines. First, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a few words with you. This global dialogue on future of legal education is a wonderful idea, and I hope it continues to grow and prosper. To put my reflection in context, I would like to share with you the most popular issue here in our country now. As some of you may have heard, we are currently having impeachment proceedings against our Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. The Senate, acting as an impeachment court, holds hearings daily, and this is televised by all major television networks. This has generated a spike in the interest in our legal profession, and our laws, rules, and regulations, and even procedures, and even the Constitution are being put to the test. For us law students, it is somewhat a welcomed event, for we are able to see the laws applied in real life situations. But one consequence, which is the crux of my reflection today, is that lay people are more and more estranged by the proceedings. They see technicalities as roadblocks. Perhaps what we call due process is for them a hindrance to the truth. The people who we see as heroes for having mastered the art of lawyering is quite frankly for them a sort of nuisance. This is perhaps one of the more important challenges of the legal profession in our country. There exists a disconnect between the legal academe and the general populace. And I think before we advance in the reformation of the legal academe per se, I believe it to be important to also bring an advancement in the understanding of the general public. Students and members of the legal profession should take pains in relating to the general public the ratio or the logic behind the laws and procedures. It has to be explained that there are rights that are being protected by these rules. One example that I have witnessed in the impeachment court is the direct examination and cross-examination of the witnesses. I was talking to a cab driver one time, and he told me that it would be better to just let the witness tell the entire story and prevent what he called sagabal or unnecessary objections. I was trying to explain to him that such was not the format, because the counsel should be given the opportunity to denounce, for example, conclusions of law or matters that are not personal knowledge to the witness, or perhaps just mere opinions. Our conversation lasted the entire trip, and I hope I was able to enlighten him a bit as he enlightened me. To remedy this situation, numerous proposals and actions have sprouted. For one, there's a proposal to include the basic course on our Constitution in the high school curriculum. There are numerous civic-minded groups whose goals are to teach different sectors their rights, more especially in the labor sector in our country. There are also several publications which try to explain the rights of individuals in a simpler way. These are all noble attempts, but what I would personally like to see is the institutionalization of these efforts. Perhaps a system that would allow normal lay people to understand their rights and obligations. As said earlier, this can take the form of basic units in high school or even perhaps the elementary level. Perhaps it would also be a good idea for law schools to start requiring their students to help out in these information dissemination drives. And in an increasingly global world, perhaps there would come a time where basic international principles should be taught as well. Maybe it is even a good time to start including the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, perhaps the Universal Declaration on Civil and Political Rights, and other declarations of the same kind in the curriculum of basic education. In sum, the legal academe does not exist in isolation. To advance legal education comes with it the duty to advance the understanding of the entire populace as well, and not just the members of the legal profession. So with that, I thank you again.